An anonymous Reddit user relates a truly tragic coincidence that happened while he was at work. My co-worker gets a phone call from a hospital in New York that his brother Robert Lastame had died. It was somewhat expected as he had been in the hospital for a few weeks with some serious complications. The guy tells everyone in the office and takes the rest of the day to start making arrangements, they write. As he's walking out the door, maybe 25 minutes later, the phone rings for him. It's the hospital. He picks up and they tell him, "We're sorry to call you to let you know that Robert Lastame has died." He says, "Yeah, I know, you called me a half hour ago." They said, "Sir, it just happened a few minutes ago, that's not possible." He says, "I am telling you, I got a call a half hour ago. I already called my wife and brother to tell them and started to make arrangements." They have a bit of an argument about it, as the hospital is telling him it just happened a few minutes ago. He finally says, "Give me the hospital number so I can call and figure out what's going on." She starts to give him the number and the area code is Florida. Turns out, his father, Robert Lastame Sr., died unexpectedly, 25 minutes after his oldest son, 1,000 miles away. Father never found out his son died. Guy I work with had to plan 2 funerals. Pardon Turkey writes on a Reddit thread that after he lost his grandfather, he felt his presence in the most unexpected way. "I was 13 years old when my grandfather, who also happened to be my favorite person, was diagnosed with cancer. My family planned a huge 64th birthday party for him, knowing it would be his last. I decided to learn his favorite song, Meditation from Ties by Jules Massenet, on violin and perform it at his birthday party. The whole event was so sad when it finally rolled around, and I barely managed to finish the song when, from the stage, I saw my grandpa bawling and couldn't help crying too. My family lived about a 3-hour drive from my grandpa, so we were able to see him regularly, but not as much as we would have liked to. I woke up one morning on my summer break and just couldn't stop thinking about him. I was so anxious at the thought of never seeing him again. I called my father at work, which he told us to only do in emergency situations, and which I had never done. I told him we had to go see Grandpa, and surprisingly, he agreed. He took the rest of the day off and we drove the 3 hours to see him. He ended up dying that night. 6 years later, on the anniversary of his death, I was flying from central Wisconsin to Detroit, and had a brief layover in